Hi there. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know I don't have an accent, it gets worse every video. Anyways, if you have little ones in the house, it's inevitable. You probably see parenting reels, TikToks, Facebook posts all over your social media when you log in. Most of the time, I don't even think I actually hit follow for these people, but they keep popping up. Anyways, today I was happily scrolling through Facebook. How happy can it be in this day and age? But and I came across a post talking about a company, Happiest Baby. And I was like, I don't know what that is, and then they mentioned the Snoo, and I was like, oh yeah, that bassinet, I see that bassinet all over the place, the one that you really, not a normal person could afford, in my opinion. You could rent them, I found out, but anyways, we'll get to that later. So, allegedly, what happened was, and why people were in outrage on this particular post, was Happiest Baby sent a Snoo to a mother to review. And I don't know if the mother actually made content prior to the baby being born or anything like that, but sadly, the mother lost her baby. And I would never wish that on my worst enemy. It is honestly one of the worst things that could ever happen to a woman. And so allegedly, she messaged Happiest Baby and was like, hey, I can't do content anymore. I just lost my baby, so essentially I can't do content because what am I, And they wanted the bassinet back. Yeah. This is all alleged. But yeah, no, they wanted the bassinet back, allegedly. And, the girl herself, if I'm understanding correctly, her name is Brooklyn. The girl herself, she hasn't directly posted anything, but her sister posted something to her story, which kind of confirms people's concerns with this situation. So I'll read it. Super disappointed in a certain brand during this unimaginable time for my sister, namely Happiest Baby, who sent my sister a baby bassinet after my sister said she would tag them in content with her newborn baby. After sending an email regarding the content that she wasn't able to send because her baby passed away, they demanded she send the bassinet back, the empty baby bassinet still sitting next to her bed because she didn't deliver the content. I want you to think about why she couldn't deliver the content. I'm absolutely disgusted by Baby Brand, who promotes support for mom and babies that doesn't even have the decency to give her the space to grieve the bassinet she never got to fill. It's all business for brands like these, I used and have promoted this company for years, and I feel regretful that I ever did. On another note, Factor hasn't stopped sending her meals during all of this, regardless of the fact that my sister never went live with her last obligation with them on the day Rocky passed away. I'm going to start sharing more of the companies who have really supported her, treating her situation with grace and empathy and not like a transaction. I see you and notice you, so thank you. My rant is over. And I can't imagine how her sister is feeling, because, my sister has a baby, too. And, if anything happened to that baby, I'd be beside myself. So, the sister's pissed, rightfully so. I would be, too. I'd be livid, because on top of, this is the thing I don't think a lot of people understand. I've lost a baby. And I don't mean to, make this, I'm just trying to maybe put into perspective for people who don't really know what the mindset can be like. When I lost my first baby, it took me years to empty the dresser. I had onesies, I had little socks, I had shoes, and I just never had the heart to empty the drawer because in the back of my mind, it just was I couldn't fathom that it wasn't going to happen. I couldn't fathom that those shoes were never going to get filled and there was never going to be a body in those onesies. And by the grace of God, today there is. But back then, you feel alone and you feel hopeless and you tried to hold on to any happy moment you could have. Because as the days go on, since you get the news, it gets harder and reality really starts to set in that, like, this is life now. And you're never gonna heal. You know, I have 3 beautiful children, but that does not erase the pain for things that never happened. You know, so understandably so, Brooklyn is beyond devastated. You know, her sister's beyond devastated, which is what's making this worse by how Happy Baby allegedly responded, you know. And when I was researching their profile, because the second I saw that post, I was like, all these people probably flocked to their Instagram to leave hate comments, and they did. But when I checked their Instagram, literally it was posted 40 minutes prior. Happy Baby's, is it Happy Baby or Happiest Baby? Happiest Baby posted their response to all this in the comments. And when I checked before this, just to confirm, thank God I screenshot it, the comment disappeared. So I'll put it on the screen so you know I'm not crazy, like I'm actually reading what they wrote. Happiest Baby writes, "We are heartbroken for Brooklyn and her family following the tragic loss of her baby boy. As a brand that supports families during their parenting journey, we would never discuss content in a time like this, nor did we do so in this instance. In our experience, some grieving families prefer to have certain items removed from their homes. Our offer to her team to set up a courier pickup was to help alleviate a potential painful stressor. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. We have extended our sincerest apologies to Brooklyn for any additional heartache. Our offer to return the bassinet may have caused. The well-being of families is and always will be our utmost priority." Now, again, until the emails, if anybody chooses to share the emails on either side, we don't really know how the interaction actually went down, so keep that in mind. But I don't think her sister would post that for no reason. You know, because, like I said before, when I made the joke of how expensive they are and nobody can afford it, but you can rent it, this is what I personally thought. And again, this is just a theory. This is no base to it. I believe they probably wanted the bassinet back so they can rent it out. You know, because the thing is, most companies, when they give products to influencers to sponsor and stuff, it's a tax write-off. You know, so they're not losing any money by giving her this bassinet. So I don't understand what other gain they would have, other gain they think they're going to have in their head by wanting to get it back, unless if they have the idea of they want to get it back to rent it out to other people. You know, because it's one of those things where it's like, why do you need it back? You know, that's like for example, a company sent me a box of wipes, right? If God forbid something happened and I couldn't use those wipes, would you really want the wipes back? Like, yes, they're not open, they're not used, but like now they're in somebody's home. You know what I'm saying? They're in somebody's home, you know, and it's like, why would you take that back? You know, like once you send that package out, that's a write-off and it's gone, you know. And I get it, like contracts exist and stuff, but this is life, things happen, you know. It's not always a guarantee an influencer's gonna post a review on time. It's not always a guarantee that things are gonna go out in ways that we expect it to, you know, because in this instance, never in a million years did she think this would be the outcome. You know, like when you're buying baby stuff or you're getting it from brands and things like that, all you're thinking in your mind is, oh, I can't wait. You know, and it's just like a chilling feeling. And, you know, to her, maybe she needs that bassinet to help during her grieving process, you know, because people have different ways of grieving, and I think it's important for the company to respect that, and regardless, they should have waited a little longer before even entertaining the idea. It's one thing if Brooklyn would have initiated and been like, I need this out of my house, I can't look at it, it's a horrible reminder. But from how these interactions are sounding, I don't think she said anything like that, you know, so I just think it was just, maybe there was a misunderstanding or in poor taste, but the company should have waited to say anything, if anything at all, you know, because again, why would you want it back? You know, like it's just kind of, I don't know. The whole thing is kind of icky. You know, and I'm so sorry, like so sorry to Brooklyn, because it's you know, like she's already processing a hard time, and now more eyes are on the situation type of thing. And I just hope, if anything, this brings more people to give support and share their stories to her, so she knows she's not alone, because you are never alone when going through things like this. And I think as a woman, sometimes we think we can go through these things by ourselves, but it's okay to reach out and ask for help. It's okay to share your story. It's okay, you know, don't listen to people who are like, oh, why do you gotta share everything? Oh my god, you're so important. No. Like, if we, like, you have to just get help sometimes, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with getting help, you know, and needing support and openly saying, I need someone with me now. I need to talk to somebody. You know, because those years I didn't say a word about my loss and my miscarriage, sorry, I don't like using that word, you know, like the loss of it and the infertility after, like things like that. It was very lonely, and it was very depressing, because I would see everybody posting their pregnancy announcements, I'd see everybody holding their babies, and I just couldn't help but wonder, like, wow, I really am the only one. But when I shared my story, so many people told me that no, I was not the only one. And it just helped me put a different perspective on things, that, like, you know, life isn't fair, but you don't have to go through it alone, you know. And yeah, that's just my thought on it. Again, this is all alleged. I just thought I would spread awareness, you know, in case whatever way this takes a turn. You know, there's screenshots of what they wrote that I don't know, when I went back I could not find it. You know, like, because they had like a main post, not main post, a main comment on one of their posts, and when I went back to that post, it did not come back, you know. So it's like, oh, you know, maybe they're rewriting it a different way, and you know, but anyways, that was the original comment they left. And you know, hopefully Brooklyn doesn't feel pressured to respond to this, because she owes nobody an explanation or a story time on this, you know. So with that being said, puff puff.